Welcome back to another weekly vlog. The purpose of these vlogs is to simply just demonstrate and show you how I create a weekly income through selling options. So I want to take you from start to finish, me walking you through exactly how I do it, what setups I'm looking at, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and how to manage that trade. And you can see this and follow through each and every week to see how I create a consistent income, and then also show you how to do it so that you can learn this strategy and be able to change your life as well, because that is my goal. That is my purpose. That's why I'm here doing this, is to change the middle class. It's to change people's lives by showing them how they can create a couple $100 a week, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a week, whatever your trading account size is, that you'll be able to do that to be able to change your life, have that money come in. And we've helped thousands of people do this. In fact, we have hundreds and hundreds of people that trade this strategy live with me every single week, and it's really fun to see the profits come in on them. I am getting ready here to jump on with my community because every Monday I get on live with them and set up the trade with them so they can see my screen. I show them exactly what I'm doing, show them my broker. This is how I'm getting in. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Answer all their questions so that way you can get the best education, understand why you're doing it with clarity, and not have to guess of like, why am I doing this or that? I want to teach you how to be able to do this. And so I'm about to jump on with my group right now. Real quick, just wanted to give you a little insight on what I'm looking at. I'm seeing if this higher low is going to hold. And again, with this strategy, it has such a high win rate because it's not, it has to go somewhere. It's where will it not go, right? If I sell a bear call spread up here, as long as it stays below this, we win. It can go higher, it can go sideways, it can go down. We're going to win. And so it's a very easy strategy because you no longer have to be correct. I have a bias, and I look at that bias to go, okay, I think we'll go sideways to probably a little bit down this week. And even if we go higher, it's not going to go far enough to get to my strike, and so I'll be fine. And that's how we have such a high win rate with this strategy. And that's why I use it for consistent income, because I no longer have to be correct. It can kind of do whatever it wants to do. And as long as it doesn't get to where my sold strike is, I'm good. And if it does look like it's going to get to where my sold strike is, I have ways to be able to mitigate that. And so I'll teach you exactly what those ways are whenever you come and check out this thing here. It's too much to go over here, but I'll walk you through in my group through live exactly how I plan on mitigating it. Last week, we kind of hit through that a little bit. We had one go against us quite a bit, and we ended up winning. And so watch that last week's video if you haven't, and I'll kind of show you a little bit of what to do when they go wrong, because a handful of times they will go wrong, but even when they go wrong, you still have such a high probability of winning. And so that's what I'm waiting to do right now. Let the markets show you its hand. If the markets can continue to hold this, it tells me there's a good chance we're going to actually try to push back up into a new all-time high at the start of this week. So I want to be on a bull put spread side, which means I win as long as it stays above this line. If we start to lose this ground, which is what I kind of feel like we're going to do, I want to sell a bear call spread because there's a very high chance that we're actually going to rotate down into here over the next few days, and then I'll win on that credit spread as well. So getting in, getting out, very low management, very easy trade to manage when you have a full-time job. We get into them on Monday mornings, and then we're usually winning on them by Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Sometimes it'll linger into Wednesday, but most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, we're winning by Tuesday. We don't have to do anything, no real management that we have to worry about. So it's a very good strategy for those that have a family, that have a job that doesn't allow them to sit in front of the charts all the time. But it's a great way just to bring in a consistent income every single Friday. And so that's what I do. That's what I walk this strategy with all of my team members here. And we're about to jump on live right now. So that's what we're doing here. Welcome to another week in the life, my friends. I can't wait to take you along with me. So that's the play right now, I think, is to let this probably run up a little bit more and then grab a bear call spread since we're so high on this RSI. All right, so we just finished our mentor group here, and now we got into a trade. I'm going to walk you through why we got into that. So we were kind of back and forth on what we wanted to do. Of course, we have a bull trend, but I feel like it's starting to get a little bit exhausted, a little bit tired, and we're getting very high on the RSI down here. So all we need to do to win on this is to have it go sideways or even a little bit up. It can go down, of course, but if this can start working its way sideways, which I believe it's going to start happening here over the next day or so, maybe it goes a little bit higher today, but most likely if we can get a little bit of sideways, stay within this box. You can see this little green box here I labeled it our winning zone. As long as the price is in this box by the end of today, we're going to win on it by today. If it's there tomorrow, we're for sure going to win on it. If we start climbing up above it, then we have to wait an extra day to win. So today's goal is just to have it stay inside this box, which I think there's a decent chance it'll do. I feel like there should be a pullback into this range here and then probably a bounce back up. So if we can get this price action today or tomorrow, we're solid. And that's all this really takes. And so again, it's not so much about being correct. Like, this doesn't have to go down for me to win. It just needs to kind of not go straight up. So as long as we don't just put in a candle like this, which could happen, and then do like 3 or 4 of those in a row, we're set. So that's what we set up here. And again, we ended up selling the 66.10 and bought the 66.20 bear call spread that expires this Friday. So it expires here in a couple days. Today's Monday. And Theta is going to work premium out of this very, very quickly. So we got paid money to get into it, and we're going to spend money to get out of it. And that's how we win on this strategy. So again, it's more of, as long as we stay below this line, we win. It can go higher, it can go sideways, it can go down. We win. And it's the best way, in my opinion, to create a consistent weekly income. It's the strategy that I do every single Monday, and it just prints money with a 95% win rate because the math is in our favor. And then we add price action and technical analysis on there to even increase those odds even more so. So we're selling in the right direction more often than not. So here in our option community at Real Life Trading, this is the trade that I just posted here of what we just did. So the $200 challenge trade, again, our goal is to make everyone $200 as much as possible, right? With the 95% win rate a week. That's the goal. That's the challenge. We've been really good and successful at that, and 100% win rate on that so far. A loss will come eventually, but so far we've got 100% over the last 3 months on this strategy since we started implementing. I've been doing the strategy for years, but just started doing it in the All Access Pass with our community. Again, 7-day free trial, link down below. If you want to come trade this live with us, do the mentor groups with us, the courses with us, learn the full strategy. It's all open to you for free for 7 days. And so nothing's held back. You can learn this all, go trade it on your own, or keep trading with us if you'd like after 7 days. But it's a free trial of 7 days. The goal is to help everyone pay for the cost of the group, which we'll do in 1 week, and then to be able to have profits out there while you're still learning. And so this was on the SPX. We did a bear call spread, sold the 66.10, bought the 66.20, filled at 55 cents. And here's some of the charts of what we were looking at doing. Here's the rest of the team kind of getting filled at 55 and 50 cents. And now we'll just keep you updated on how this plays out. I have been in front of the computer now since 5 a.m. this morning. It's currently 10 o'clock in the morning, 5 hours straight without leaving this seat. I need a break. I need to go side of my family and get away from the charts for a little bit. Let them cook a little bit, just see where they're going to go. We'll see how well this trade's going to win. Either it's going to win Wednesday or it's going to win easily today or tomorrow. How fast that wins is just depending on how well it respects the levels today. Time will tell. So we'll just let it do its own thing, and I'm going to get my butt out of this seat and go live my life. First things first, probably do a little workout, and then I've also got a podcast that I'm jumping on, the Traders Podcast here, that I'm really, really excited about. So that's coming here, and I'll kind of take you along the rides for that as well. So that's kind of my agenda for the day. I've got another mentor group tonight with my community here to help guide them and answer their questions on the strategy. So again, jump on that link down below, the 7-day free trial. You can be a part of that mentor group, full mentor group. Ask as many questions as you want. I'm here to teach you how to do this so that you can replace your strategy, your income through this strategy, because that's my goal. That's my purpose. I've made it in trading, and it's way more fun and way more fulfilling to help someone else that's currently got a job or wanting to replace their income. Click a button and see how easy it is to replace their salary and change their life. Even if you just want to add a couple $100 a month to your budget, right? This strategy will do it, and you can do it at work. It doesn't require a whole lot of time. And so come check us out, my friends, but I'm going to go start the rest of my day and get off this computer, and I'll keep you updated.
Appreciate you taking the time out to spend a few minutes with me.
Yeah, happy to do it. All right, well, we've only been in this trade for just a couple hours. I'm working out, an alert goes off on my phone, and it looks like we won on that credit spread already. It's only been a couple hours. I normally win on them the next day, but let's go check and see here what we've got. So, yep, we ended up getting filled on that credit spread there at 0.30. So we just needed a little bit of a pullback, and that's all we got. So we got into the bear call spread there. Again, we win as long as it stays below this. And it just kind of pulled down just a little bit. In fact, I think it's probably getting ready for a bounce, but pull back just enough, and I was able to hit my goal for the week. And so I had a little bit higher target on that before. Basically, if it's early on the same day, I'll put a little bit higher target for like 50-60% capture, and that's exactly what we got. Just under 60% capture in just a couple hours. So that's a very easy trade. In fact, I can look to get into another trade here if I really wanted to, but we've had a little bit longer of a stretcher. It takes a couple days over the past few weeks, so it's really nice just to get into one, have Theta in just a couple hours, take it off, and then us win on that. And so I'm going to let the group know right now that I'm filled on that. They've had orders in there as well, and they can keep holding for a little bit more if they wanted to. But again, I just had an order in my broker already and it filled. Got a notification while I was out working out and all done. So I'm done for the week technically if I want to be. Monday just started, right? And all done. So pretty easy play again. We didn't even have to be correct. It just kind of needs to hang out for a couple hours. Normally it's about 6 hours or so it needs to hang out for. So normally it's like the next day we'll win on it, but this one was really quick. We sold the bear call spread, sold those calls right at the top. The markets pulled back just a little bit, and that was enough to suck all the premium out, even though they expire this Friday. So super easy trade. We're going to go celebrate it, party with the community, and go spend some money. Enjoy it and be done for the entire week. And I probably will look for another trade setup this week potentially, but it's looking really good right now for the Bears to step in a little bit. We'll see if the Bulls will come back in and try to bounce this up. I think there's a chance. So I could actually get into a bull put spread if I get that set up potentially and win on another one tomorrow and double down. But I'm done for the week if I want to be. So that's the plan right now. We'll see what happens, but I'm back to go working out. Enjoy the rest of my week. All right, good morning, everyone. It's the next day, and just giving you an update on the markets. I'm already out. Goals hit for the week, and it's looking really good. And now I'm just looking to see if there's any other opportunities to get into my next trade. I don't have to take anything else this week, but planning is 90% of what I do. 90% of my time goes into planning the next trade. 10% is actually pressing the button and trading. Most people get that opposite, right? They hardly ever plan, and they just sit in front of the computer and press buttons and try to make money. Don't try to make money, my friends. Try to find the best setups. Wait for the markets to show you their hand. And so price action is going to be key on that. Understanding who's in control, which direction you're going to want to go. And so you can see right up here, it says trend, obvious momentum, clear setup. Like that is my mantra. Trend is going to tell me which direction, bullish or bearish. And then momentum is going to tell me how big of a move, bullish or bearish, we're going to get. And then our clear setup. My setup allows me to be able to lose small, win big. Or in credit spreads, my credit spreads allows me to mitigate my risk and to increase my percentage win rate by setting it up and selling it at the right location. So currently right now, we are still just hanging out. I do think that there's a chance we do run bullish back up here. And so if we get back up into this range, I might sell another bear call spread for this week. I'm thinking about doing a bull put spread for this week, but overall on a daily time frame, I do have a bearish bias at the moment. So if you look here on SPY, we've got just a pretty strong flag up on an hourly time frame. So let me clear up all this here. So 2 hour, 1 hour, it's all the same here on this one, but huge move down. And now we just have a flag. This right here is a resting pattern. And so whenever we move and then rest, this is setting up the next big move. This could potentially bounce, but I believe that this is more of a bearish structure, that it might hang out today, but tomorrow or Friday or whatever, it's probably going to start to see some bearish set up through there. So that's what we're looking at. But, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, I wouldn't be shocked at all to see it break structure and then start to sell. In fact, we might even get that today. I was just talking about my group here in the pre-market meeting that I have with them every day before the markets open, and talking about how this could actually be a pretty good day trade if some of this structure starts to break down. I don't do a whole lot of day trading unless it's just, unless it's really, really good. And honestly, that's how you should be trading anyways. But that's how I found the most success, is I find the opportunities. I find when the momentum is so clear, when the setup is obvious, then it's like time to press the button and make money day trading. If you're just out here trying to day trade every single day, you're going to have really inconsistent returns. Day trading is more about waiting for those great setups, those opportunities where someone's trapped based on a gap or something like that. They happen a handful of times a week, not every single day, but a few times a week, you'll get those opportunities where it's like, man, that is the opportunity. And that's normally where these big moves come into play that you want to take advantage of, where you can make really easy, big money day trading. So I'm kind of watching that a little bit, but again, I don't have to do anything. I've already hit my goal for the week. Here it is in the group here that I posted yesterday. So target was hit, goal for the week, and then everyone else started to get filled on everything else. And so just making really easy money. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do, is I want to show everyone out here how they can make easy money. You don't have to trade like this and have to be perfect. Like right now, if I day trade this, it has to go down. And not just go down, it has to go all the way to my target. If it only goes down to here, it doesn't do me any good. right? My winning trades have to be at least twice the amount of my losing trades if I have a 50-50 win rate. So currently right now, I've got about a 47% win rate day trading. That's my average right now over the last few months, over the last 100 trades, or yeah, give or take. So I'm still very profitable day trading because when I win big. And when I lose small. And so that's the key to success, right? You don't have to worry about your win rate too much as long as you're controlling your risk. That's what controlling your risk means. But whenever you're selling these credit spreads, it doesn't really matter. It can just do whatever it wants to do. And that's why I like to go that way. Just make easy money. I'm done for the week. I'm planning ahead. And what I'm trying to do is find opportunities that if they present themselves, I can jump on it and make some easy money. If they don't, I don't want to dig myself into a hole after having a profitable week and having my goal hit and having a paycheck for this week. So I'm already well ahead on the month. It's looking really good because of credit spreads. I've got monthly credit spreads working in the background for me right now that are making me money. I don't have to force anything, but at the same time, if there's opportunities there, I want to take advantage of it and really grow the account. So that's the update right now that I'm really just watching and looking at to see where we want to go from here and how this thing wants to play out. But over here on the futures, we're getting ready to break this trend line and probably going to see some selling because I think news comes out here in like 9 minutes. That's another reason why I'm just waiting. But overall, if we can get a big bounce back up into this range, I probably will look to sell another bear call spread for this Friday if I can get paid at the right amount and the right location. If it starts to drop, I'm already in puts for a swing trade with my group here, but there could be some opportunities for some day trading credit spreads as well. And that's something that I do a lot in my group as well that I teach in there. So always opportunities. It's just a matter of finding the right opportunity and knowing the difference between great versus good is going to be key to success in your trading. So that's what I got right now, my friends. I've had meetings all morning long and trading is pretty much done for the week if I want it to be, but I will plan things out, put alerts out on the chart, and just wait and see what this thing does. And the first thing that I'm waiting to see here is, you can see my alert right here. Is this going to give me a strong close down? If it does, retest back through, this thing should be dropping. So little tip, look for where the bulls have committed, right? I've seen lower wick, lower wick, lower wick, and then an engulfing candle outside of a high wave doji candle. That's bulls committing. Whenever the bulls commit to an area, but I have a bearish lane the opposite way, I want to really look for breakdowns of where the bulls committed because that's going to trigger everybody's stop. Everybody that went bullish here was immediately wrong, and that's normally what leads to reversals and easy money. And so that's how I'm approaching day trading. Is it's not so much like, hey, here's a hammer. I'm looking at the entire picture. I'm looking at the day time frame and saying, hey, what are we at on a daily time frame? I got a little bit more bearish on a daily time frame. Where are we at on an hourly? Where's my trend at? Where's that overall momentum going to try to push to today? And then I have that bias, and then I start to look at, go, okay, bulls committed here. Looks really good. I have a bear bias for today. It doesn't mean it has to go bearish, but if the bulls commit and I do get a good bear opportunity with my bear bias, that's normally going to lead to a good trade. And then the second part is understanding your targets. You need to make sure you have your right targets. If you're like, hey, I want this thing to get all the way down to 643 today, it's like, good luck. Realistically, this is the target zone, best case scenario where it's going to get to. Might be 645. So it might be a little bit lower because I think that's where the daily 10 EMA is at. But realistically, this right here is where the bears are going to take it to. This is where the profit taking zone is at. And this is where you want to be taking your profits. This is normally where everyone starts going bearish, right? Has the big drop and then it kind of reverses and then people start going bearish here. This is the profit taking zone. You've got to understand price action. I talked about this in last week's video. Go back and watch that Week in the Life video where I talk about understanding price action, how I used to jump in after the big move. I'd be like, no, it's bearish. And I go bearish. And then it's like, what are the odds it makes a really big move? That's the only way I'd win. Usually not very high. And so it's the move's kind of done on this. There we go. We're starting to break down on this thing. The move's kind of done on this right when I'm getting in. So you don't want to do that. Now I use price action to tell me, hey, this is the place to get in right here. This is my profit taking zone. And I understand the difference. So price action with time here and years of experience have completely changed my trading. So definitely learn price action. We have a ton of price action courses here at Real Life Trading. Links are down below in that description. And also, if you want to learn all these strategies and make trading easy, check out the link down below for your 7-day free trial. You can learn this strategy, get access to everything for free for 7 days. And if you want to continue with us and keep making money and trading with us, awesome. You get live trading with me, set up the trade on my screen, live with me every single Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's recorded if you can't be there. I also post the alerts and the trades of exactly what I'm doing, so you can get a notification on your phone and be able to set it up if you're at work or something like that as well. But don't pass out on those opportunities to an easy strategy. Again, it's completely for free. Make money that first week and then use that money to pay for your entire month for this next month, and keep making more money and keep learning and keep growing. So I've also got strategies and courses in there to teach you everything about options and credit spreads. So if you're new to those and those seem intimidating to you, don't let it. That's why I have mentor groups every single week where it's live coaching with me in a group setting where you can ask any questions that you want. And I teach you from a beginner ground basics all the way up to help you learn credit spreads, to help you learn options and the strategy and everything else. And so don't pass that up. Still looking at this chart here. Again, I want to see that strong bear close through, but we have news coming out in like 4 minutes. And that's why I want to hold off on this. Overall, it does look a little bearish. We have not really taken out that low yet, but I don't like the fact that the bears pushed into that area where it should be a pretty good entry, and it's now getting whipped. So moving in here on a 5-minute time frame, we had a good close on a 5-minute, but again, let's see if the bears will come back into this zone. We should have a lot of bears here. It's just going to act funky because of news. News is going to offset any price action that you see because it changes sentiment, right? So that's why I wait, and I don't want to trade over this news cycle here coming out in just a couple minutes. Let's just wait and see what this does. If it screams bullish, it should retest and go bullish, and that would be your opportunity, right? Bears have to hold this level. Bulls have to hold this level. So it's more about understanding these levels and just avoiding some of this in here. If we start to break down, retest, short that. If we start to break up, retest, bounce, and ride this thing bullish. Target on this one would probably be like that 650 to 651 mark. 650 is a huge options level, so there's actually not a whole lot of room to go on a bull day trade because this would be about target area, and that's not a whole lot of room from here to here. So it's a lot more meat on the bone, so to say, for the bear trade all the way back down into here. But we'll just see which way this thing wants to play out here in a couple minutes. I'm going to wait, keep planning, spend more time planning ahead, waiting, discovering these levels, letting the market show you its hand, and then riding that momentum instead of trying to make money right now, bearish, bullish, and feeling like you're missing out. Shift that mindset. It's going to help you a ton. All right, I'm done. I'm on the computer. Let's go start the day and enjoy the rest of this week. I'll take you right along with me. What is up, everybody? So I'm all done trading for the week. So you know what that means. It's time to go enjoy the week. So I'm heading out to go golf with some friends. This is why I trade. Like, I don't want trading to be a job. I want trading to give me freedom. I want trading to give me a life. I had so many people in my community today like, Tony, we're all done. We were done in like 2 hours this week. We're all done. Can we set up another trade? And I was like, well, you could, but the best probabilities, the best circumstances are right in the morning on Monday mornings because that gives us the widest expected move. I didn't know where the markets wanted to go today. I still don't know. They haven't really decided where they want to go. And so with that, the only defense I have on that strategy is being able to sell it really far away. Well, today or tomorrow, I can't sell it that far away anymore. And so that edge is gone. And if I want to trade with a strong edge, if I want to trade safe, if I want to trade for consistency, I need to understand when to press the gas and when not to. It took me so many years to learn that lesson because, again, I tried to make money and that's what got me in trouble. Don't try to make money. Sorry if this is a little shaky. Don't try to make money in trading. Try to find the best probabilities, the best setups that give you the best risk reward and the highest probability of an outcome in your direction. So right now, I'm better off playing golf and just letting the markets do their thing until the markets can give me a really clear sentiment level, or until next Monday when I can sit back and do the same strategy over again. It's just, that's how I want to play. I want to focus on consistency. I don't stress about making the most money. If the markets give me opportunities, I will grow my account like crazy. I will press the gas. But right now, it's not that time. You have to realize that there's only a handful of times throughout the year where the markets really give us that chance to print money. Like where it's just so dumb obvious. That's where it's at. It's not an everyday thing unless you're day trading. And even when you're day trading, there's still days where it's not great. So for me, I really want to focus on the great trades that are super obvious. Again, those come around once a day, maybe, for day trades. I don't day trade a whole lot. They come around a couple times a month for swing trades. You have to be patient. Go live your life. Get away from the charts. I know it's exciting. I know it's fun. I know if the markets are open, you want to be making money. But again, that's the issue. Don't try to make money. Try to be a great trader. Try to find great trades, because again, the markets will give you those opportunities if you understand what to look for. But most people just trade during the garbage. They end up losing a whole bunch of money. And then when it comes time for great trades, they either are like, I'm done trading because I just lost 5 times in a row, and they miss out on the great trades. Or they take the great trades and they're just back to break even because they spent most of the month just taking crappy trades and losing. And so don't fall victim to that, my friends. Make sure that you are trading when the markets give you the best probability to trade. Right now, I don't see it. I don't have a good direction, I don't have a good trend. It's just kind of chopping. We're indecision right now, candles on the markets. And so the best thing I can do right now is to teach my community not to trade. And that's what I'm going to focus on right now, is just teaching them not to trade. So I'm going to go live my life, have some fun, go golf. It's beautiful outside. And the season's coming to an end here. It's getting into fall a little bit. So I want to soak it up while I can. My wife is so gracious enough to be able to watch the babies while I go do this. She took off this morning to go to Target, and then she came back, and now I'm taking off to go to golf. So it was a good little day just for us to get out of the house and enjoy that freedom a little bit. So we're loving being parents. We're having lots of fun with that, but it's a lot, right? You all know that. Anyone can relate. Comment down below if you guys can relate on that whole parenthood thing. But again, I'm just so grateful that God opened my eyes to trading when he did. It was a long journey for me. Like, it was not an easy journey for me at all to trade. I lost everything so many times making stupid mistakes, but now I know, and now I can help you learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to do the same thing. You don't have to make the same mistakes, right, that I did. And that's the reason why I went through it. I figured out why. I'm like, why is it so hard? Why? Because I had to crawl into the trenches so I could help others get out of there, right? When you're like, hey, Tony, I'm doing this, I'm just losing. It's like, I've been there, and I can show you how to get out of it. I can show you what not to do, and I can show you what to do, right? So I'm just so grateful that trading has allowed me to have the free time to be able to do what I want, where it's not a big deal if I go golfing because I'm home all day. It's not like I'm at a 9 to 5 and then my wife's been watching the babies all day and then I come home and I want to go golf, right? Like, I'm home all the time, and we love that. Like, I'm a homebody. Like, I'll go on trips. My wife and I will travel. Now we have these babies, so that's going to change a lot, but we normally will go travel somewhere fun every quarter of the year. Again, that's going to change, but I'm just going to show you my real life of what this is, because this is real. This is what I do. I go and enjoy my time. It's simple, it's basic. Most of the time I'm just hanging out at the house, and so I'll kind of show that. But this is the life that I wanted. Like, this is all I ever wanted, was to have the freedom to do what I wanted to do, to pursue my passions. What I spend the majority of my time now is coaching others how to do it, helping them out, answering their questions, showing them how to do this. And so again, come check us out over at Real Life Trading. 7-day free trial. You have literally nothing to lose, because I want to show you how you can have this. I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's the easiest thing in the world. There's a lot to learn. But once you learn that, it really is as simple as pressing a button and having a 95% win rate. It's crazy how well it works out. So, this truck's a little insane. But definitely, guys, give it a shot. Click that link down below and come see what Real Life Trading is all about. Come message me every single day, trade with me, and hang out. See how I do things so that you can learn and go, this is where I'm going wrong. This is how I can start making some consistent money and go that route. So again, I'm going to go golf. I've been pretty rusty. I've only golfed a few times over the last month and a half, where I used to golf like 3 times a week because of adopting these baby girls. So it's been a blessing. It's just been a huge change in lifestyle for sure. But again, I'm just grateful I can be home and not out working all day long and missing time with my girls. So that's my rant. That's probably enough for me. Just understand when to trade and when not to. Understand that it does get easier, but the only reason it gets easier is because you get really good at doing hard things. Right? Trading is the hardest way to make an easy living. And that's simply because I just have focused on turning hard things into easy. Whereas everyone else is like, when is it going to become easy? I'm like, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Focus on the hard and do something hard long enough, right? If you were to do 50 push-ups a day, the first couple days, you're like, this is impossible. I can't do more than 10 or something, right? Give it a month straight of doing it every single day, and 50 push-ups you'll be able to do with your eyes closed. You've turned something hard into something easy. And that's what I'm talking about with trading. It's not about finding the easy road. It's about choosing the hard road over and over and over again, because that hard road is what's going to lead to success, and eventually that hard road turns easy. And then everyone else will be like, why is it so easy for you? It's like, it's not. I do the hard when everyone else is trying to find the easy, right? So don't make that mistake either. But anyways, that's it for me. Let's go do some golf and have some fun. Watching the babies here and just kind of gaming out a little bit, and decided to take a day trade. So I took a trade right here off of the bottom side of this trend line. It came all the way up, hit my target, and I just got out. So a quick little $500 or $600, give or take, for the day while just watching the babies and hanging out. So that's not a bad play. I might actually look at getting back in here on another retest of this trend line one more time, because I feel like SPY could keep on running. I mean, sometimes these days when you just catch these big, strong bull momentums, it's like, just find some dips, especially like on a 15-minute time frame. If you can go out to a 15, they're super powerful. So I think this is starting to consolidate a little bit and just rest. And so with that, I feel like a little bit of a retest would make sense. This might be trying to put in a little bit of a pennant pattern before it goes higher. So I might even look to get back in on a little bit and just make sure that I control my size. So that way, if it loses, there's always a chance of a losing trade. So that way, if it loses, I can still walk away with a very profitable day. But not a bad little extra income coming through from just watching the babies. Again, I don't day trade often, but I will day trade when the opportunity presents itself. And that's the key. I'm not going to act like, hey, I got in at the very bottom of the call. No, like, I just got the retest on this pullback. I was waiting on a pullback. The markets were strong all day. I got my pullback. I grabbed it. It bounced up. It went to target. I took it with options. I'm very quick with my trades and how I manage it. And I'll see if I can't work my way over back to the computer here and show you on the screen if I can. Again, watching these babies, so I'm not going to really leave them right now. But I want to take my profits pretty quick when it comes to these day trades. So that's what I just did. Again, some alerts went off. I planned on it. Came back to my area, bought it, watched the babies, gamed out a little bit. Made some quick money, and I might be doing it again, so I'll keep you in the loop if I press the button one more time. We'll just see what these markets are doing. Again, I put some alerts out there, and now we'll just see if they come back through and fill me or not, but it's going to be fun either way. I'll let you guys know. All right, we just got filled on another day trade here right off the bottom side of this pennant pattern here. So now we're just going to see if these bulls are going to step in. This is about where they should. So I'm going to lose small, win big scenario, right? If it doesn't bounce right here, I know I'm wrong, and I can start cutting. I'll give it a little bit of time, but honestly, I want to see the bull step through, and then really we need to start seeing closures up above this bear candle right in through there. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I just told my group here about this trade right here. So looking at doing this day trade here, and then here's, of course, the chart that we're looking at setting up. So just got filled on that. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's see if this thing bounces. All right, quick update. Trade so far is working pretty good. If we can get up into this range up here, it looks like it'd be a good little profit target area for me to take short term. But realistically, if this can go crazy bullish, I'm thinking more like 560 or so, all the way up there. It has the chance to do it. This is a good resting pattern, and I have a really good line in the sand now of where I know I'm wrong. So if it starts getting below that level right there, here, I guess I can point that out here, right there, then I can just cut. That's going to be pretty easy. But hopefully this thing will continue to be strong. It looks really good. If these bulls can hold out through this next resistance here, then it should be a home run winner here. So that's what I'm going to wait and see on, but still just hanging out, playing, watching the girls, and trying to make an extra buck or so to help pay for some extra diapers. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I just sat down getting ready to close out of this day trade for a pretty nice win. It just took too long. So Theta ended up hurting us a little bit more than I wanted, but it's still going to be a pretty good profit. Right now I'm up 42% on those calls. Again, would have liked to make like 200 or 300% on it, but it's going to need a big move. We might get it here at the end of the day, but I was just in that option trade for way too long. Luckily, the price action told me to stay in. I added some more, was able to make some pretty good money on that ad, which was awesome, but it took too long. I was in these options for about 3 or 4 hours, and I like to be in my day trades for about 30 to 40 minutes. So I held it because I felt like it was going to keep going, and sure enough, it's running. So as you can see here, it's taken off pretty nicely and running up pretty good. I'm getting ready here to just take my profits and lock it in though, because I feel like we are getting pretty extended. The expected move of this pennant pattern that we've been watching all day here is all the way up into 659. So that's probably where it's going to get to tomorrow. I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out right now for a pretty decent win. I'm trying to just see if it'll climb just a little bit more, but I don't know. It's looking like it's probably done. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Filled. All right. Type this to my group here. So I got filled on those ones at $1.12. So not bad. We basically bought them at 70 to 81 cents, somewhere in there. I was dollar cost averaging kind of through that. So getting out for $1.12, it's pretty good. That's not bad for a day's work of just babysitting some babies, right? We're probably about done for today. Again, the move happened. It just took too long. And that's the downside with options. You've got to not only get the direction right, buying options. You got to get the direction right. You got to get the entry right. You got to get a really good entry, and you have to get the timing right. If you can nail all three of those, yes, you can make crazy returns. But that's the hard part. Today I had the entry perfect. I had the direction perfect. My timing was just off, right? The markets just chilled for about 2 hours when I thought they would move, and there's not much you can do about that. So I'll take the win though. Just again, I was already done for the week on Monday. So it was nice to kind of grab this day trade. And again, trade when the markets are just super obvious. That's what makes the easier trades. And those don't come around very often. Today's move set the tone. And then I found a nice resting pattern. It was a pennant. Started to leg my way in on the bottom side of that pennant every time it hit. And then break out and cash out for a really nice win. So I'm very happy with that day trade. I was already done on Monday, but I found this opportunity. I was babysitting. I just couldn't pass it up. So again, tonight I'm just excited to spend some time with my family and do a little date night with my wife. Today I want to definitely make some time for her and enjoy that time together. So football is what we bond over. She loves football, and we're big Chiefs fans. So I grew up about a couple hours outside of Kansas City, and when I was like 8 to 12 years old, so for about 4 or 5 years. And that's when I fell in love with the Chiefs. So it's the Chiefs and the Cardinals for me because I'm from Arizona. That's where I lived most of my life. So Chiefs and the Cardinals, those are my two teams. And my wife absolutely loves the Chiefs. She's been a fan. I got her on board like 5 years ago. So we got the babies all jerseys and everything up for this year. They just need to show up and play out, and I'm not sure if they can. But anyways, we're going to enjoy the game tonight. We're going to have some food and enjoy some quality time. Again, trading, you just can't beat it. I mean, the fact that I could be at home with my babies, have an alert go off on my phone, be like, this is a pretty decent setup, manage my risk, get into the trade, be patient, but at the same time, understand how options work, be able to ride this momentum out and make some really easy money. I mean, it would take me almost a full week to make what I just made here in 4 hours. And it's not always that way. There are losses, right? But at the same time, it is a really cool method of making money that you can sit back and click a button. But I had to earn this. It didn't just come, right? I spent years. It's been 7, almost 8 years now of trading full time to get the skills that I have right now to be able to observe that momentum, manage my risk, and put myself into the right place at the right time. So keep going, keep standing back up. That's all it's going to require, and you will get there, my friends. It's probably a pretty long video, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it, but I just wanted to finish up here on our day trades. And then this is what I did here with the group. So as you can see here, hopefully you guys can see this and it's not too blurry. I'm sorry, I don't have it on my other camera. But these were my entire trades here. So this was me getting filled up on these trades. This was me adding a few more, and then bought 20 more calls there to see if it ran, got filled at 81 cents on that, and then it closed out and started legging out of these things. 85 cents, $1.01, and $1.12 was my final little exit there on that one. So again, a good day's work. And let's go party and enjoy the rest of the day. All right, my friends, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Please hit that like button and subscribe below if you'd like to see more of this content. Please let me know. I am by no means a creator. I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I am really good at creating a consistent income, and I wanna share that with everybody out there. And so hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see more of. Like, hey, Tony, show more of your trades, show more of this, explain more of that. You know, show more of your life. Whatever it is you want to see, please comment below, let me know, and I'll make sure and throw that into the next week's vlog. But I'm excited to continue to take you along with me as I navigate these markets live, show you exactly how I trade this strategy so that you can learn it and hopefully help replace your salary as well, because that's what it does for me every single week. So again, thanks for following along, my friends, and I'll see you guys next week.